Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. I haven't done one of these in a long time. The comic book covers you're going to see going by are the comic books that I reviewed here. This is an old-fashioned Marvel versus DC. I've done like 2 weeks worth here. Still have about 8 books, but I'll toss them into the next pile. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. I actually got to read comic books for a comic book channel. Wow. When does that happen, right? But yeah, this is a big old hunk of comic book reviews for you. I gave kind of a visceral review. They're only about 30 seconds, just to give you an idea. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth your time? What did I think about it? Not really in depth, just like I said, just to give you that visceral feel on whether it's good or not. Anyway, once again, I do 1 star is horrible, 2 stars are bad, 3 stars average, 4 stars good, 5 stars excellent. Then at the end, kind of average up all the scores to see who wins. Is it Marvel? Is it DC? Whichever. And I think it's a lot of fun. A lot of work, too. But, yeah, it's fun kind of work because, you know, it's reading and reviewing comics. What am I going to do? You know, like I'm going to cry about this. Anyway, I've basically been stalling, so all of the covers cycled through here, and that's just about over, so let's get this party started. The 1-star books, they're horrible. They're the ones you should avoid at all cost. Typhoid Fever, X-Men is the kind of book I have really tried hard to avoid to put in these Marvel versus DC things. It's a 1-star book. The art is horrible. And the story is so bad that I felt like I wanted to take a break after every other page. It's one of those that took so long to read. Like a good one, you can just get right through it. This was torture. This is bad beyond bad. This is X-Men Red Bad, but worse. The 2-star books, they're merely bad. Maybe they have that little something to keep them from being truly horrible. Infinity Warps. I did do a review of this book. Check that out. It's a little more in depth. This is an anthology book of these Infinity Warps, which are basically amalgams of Marvel characters. And the only one that's worth the damn is the Fantastic Four one that amalgamates the Human Torch with the Thing and Mr. Fantastic with the Invisible Girl. Yes, this is Professor X and the Watcher for some freaking reason. Wow, what a letdown. What a freaking letdown. No way in heck can I actually recommend this comic book. Titans number 29. The Titans escaped drowned Earth only to find themselves on a planet that's basically toxic to them. So they have to find a way off. All the while they're starting to panic and breaking up. It's very much a character study on this one, and not a very good one for the team. I don't think like they're not acting like somebody who's been together for a long time. Man, you know, I praised Dan Abnett on Aquaman, and I'm still waiting for him to find his footing on the Titans. So far, so, Catwoman number 5. Wow, talk about a very pretty book with a it's not a good story, guys. I've been trying to get into this one because of the art. You know, I've said before, the art lets you in the door, the story keeps you there. And I've just been waiting for this story to get better, and unfortunately it hasn't. Here, this entire book, I think, can be skipped for the next issue. It's just one more time where she's being confronted by the bad guys, only to end up with her saying she wants to confront the bad guys. Been there, done that, and I don't want the t-shirt. Nightwing number 52. Man, people saying, Didio wants to bring back the new 52. And there is no other book that gives evidence towards that point than Nightwing and the return of Rick Grayson. One thing that really bothers me here. He's squatting in a cat lady's apartment. This is the kind of guy he is. He tries to work the system. He finds an empty apartment. He goes to it. And then he finds out that he's the ward of the bajillionaire Bruce Wayne. So if he's a hustler, if he hustles, you would think he would just show up at bajillionaire Bruce Wayne's house looking for a way to get money from him. Just saying. It doesn't fit. It does not fit. Death of Inhumans, number 5. Dude, let me tell you, this has been such a great miniseries. I mean, tense as all kinds of get out. So I gotta tell you, I was really disappointed with the ending. It is an incredible cop-out, a huge cop-out. I mean, if you're going to call the book The Death of the Inhumans, at least have a death that lasts more than a couple of panels. Seriously, this is worse than the Thor death. It really is. The 3-star books are average. Maybe they didn't resonate with me, or I liked them, but just not enough to recommend them. The United States versus Murder, Inc. is really the only decent thing coming out of Jink's world. This one is a little bit messy. There's a lot of pronoun game playing here. However, they did get past the character building of the last 2 issues, which was awesome. It was actually pretty good. I wouldn't say awesome, but it was actually good. And it kind of went into the United States versus part. So the war is on, and it's all right. It's looking pretty good. Avengers number 10. And I like the way they're like, the legacy number is 700, though. I hate it when they do that kind of thing. Anyway, this is a brawl book. They get together 3 sets of people. You got the three teams, and you got Namor's Defenders of the Deep, the Russian Avengers, and then the Avengers themselves, and they get together and they have a big fight. It's all right. It's fun. I mean, it's a big fight scene. It's done well. I would give it that much. So, entertaining, I guess. Captain America number 5. I still hold that Captain America's gotten better, but once again, it's gotten better off of Mark Waid's run, so take that where you shall. This one, he goes against the Taskmaster, and he's like, oh, Taskmaster's never seen me mad. Grrr! And then he headlocks him, and I'm like, it's Taskmaster. He should be able to get out of a headlock, right? It's entertaining. It's enjoyable. It's mostly a fight issue with Taskmaster and Selena, but overall, not bad. Batman number 58. Wow. Okay, so we got a Penguin story here, and I got to tell you, you could cut the pretension with a knife. Look, I enjoy the scenes with the Penguin and his dead wife, apparently, but the scenes with Alfred and the voiceover kind of thing, man, it comes off as pretentious. So this is a hit-and-miss book for Tom King right here. Uncanny X-Men number 1. So I did a full review on this. Please check that out. The gist of it is pretty simple. This is just well-tread ground as far as the Uncanny X-Men are concerned. It's supposed to be gathering all these books after they had this huge people are going to die crossover event. It still has 20 characters in it, and they're talking about how people are going to die. So, like I said, it's just well-tread ground. We've seen it before, and it feels that way. A very mundane book. Daughters of the Dragon. So this is this is kind of a digital thing that they put together. It's the first and second issue, and it is thoroughly entertaining. Bad art, but the story is just a lot of fun. It's actually kind of surprising because I didn't care for the Iron Fist version of this, and I was kind of iffy going in, but happy with what I got. Once again, the art does not live up to the story, but if you're able to look past that, I think there's good things here and enough to keep you entertained. Suicide Squad Black Files number 1. It's an anthology. It's got 2 stories this time. One with Gentleman Ghost here and Diablo, the other with Katana, and I like the Katana better. Surprise, surprise. Even though Gentleman Ghost has always been one of my favorite DC villains. It's just the Katana story is more focused. The Diablo and Gentleman Ghost one seems to be a little all over the place. They're trying to set up the magic version of Suicide Squad. It's okay. It just kind of fails. While I just thought the Katana story was really cool. Except there is a scene where she gets put into the Soul Sword and someone is removed. So if you can remove someone from the Soul Sword, ultimately they could bring out the husband, which would actually end Katana's motivation. So we'll see where that goes. The Black Order number 1. When they make a comic book about the villains, it's hard to know who to root for. Like, they're destroying planets, so we should be on the side of the planets. Just saying. But they're trying to humanize them. Like, the lead guy is like, Hey, do you think I'm funny? No, I don't think you're funny. I could be funny. I'm not joking. While I'm paraphrasing, that is actually in the book. It's decent, but it's also just a little strange and kind of awkward in places. Infinity Wars number 5. So Emma Frost's group, they go find another Gamora. They get her stones, and then they go to confront our Gamora, who is trying to destroy the universe before she could recreate it. Now, I've said bad things about this, and in all honesty, I'm just tired of all the side stories. It's an okay story going on in the main one. It's just, who the frickin' hell asked for this? Seriously. I don't know. It's entertaining, I guess. Wonder Woman goes off to save Steve Trevor as he's captured from some army group that's kind of nondescript, and we get a whole bunch of mundane dialogue written by G. Willow Wilson that's supposed to be political but is kind of sloppy. I mean, she contradicts herself in this. For some, it's not bad. It's just kind of weird, sloppy bad. I was expecting more or less. Detective Comics number 92 is basically a conversation between Batman and Two-Face talking about the adventure that they're going to be on, stopping Cobra at a museum. All the while, we're watching them stop Cobra at the museum, so the conversation takes place in the past. It is a storytelling technique. We've seen it before in movies and such. It works, I guess, sometimes. Here it does okay. The book's fine. It's fine. How are you? Amazing Spider-Man, number 9. Now, I haven't been the biggest fan of Nick Spencer's run. Just haven't been. But I got to give credit where credit is due, and this is a pretty fun issue. It's not incredible. It's not even amazing. But it is fun, and it's enjoyable. And and I like the interaction between Black Cat and Spider-Man. It's all about getting their stuff back, the web shooters, and there's some stuff that's like, yeah, how do you guys get that? You're thieves. I'm not buying it. But in the end, it's kind of fun. Superman number 5. You know, I always say that every issue should be an advertisement for the next issue. But you have to have something happening in that particular issue to make it matter. This really does just seem like 100% setup, although the scene with Adam Strange and Zod was just comic gold. I did enjoy that. Beyond that, though, this one's a flat line. It is just DOA. The Green Lantern, or as it's been said, Grant Morrison's Green Lantern, like he took control of it. Sometimes Green Lantern can get a little too clever for its own good. In this case, they have a Green Lantern, which is a virus. Okay, how do you put a ring around it? Seriously. It's entertaining, but I can't say it's exactly just, it's not great. I enjoyed it. I'll read the next issue. I'll follow it along for a while, but 4-star books, they're legitimately good, and I'm happy to recommend them to you. Electric Warriors number 1. So I did a full review of this. It's with the Dr. Horrible, so look for that thumbnail. And I kind of joke about the fact that this is the book that nobody wanted, but in all honesty, it's kind of enjoyable. It's entertaining. I didn't think, because I remember the Electric Warriors from the 90s, but who the f cares, right? It didn't make any kind of splash. I figure, alrighty, they wanted to bring it back, and they did, and I went to read it. I was like, I don't want to read this. But then by the end of it, I was like, wow, pretty decent art. Fun story. Yeah, I think I can actually recommend this one. House of Whispers number 3. So the Sandman universe seemed to come along and nobody really cared. Or at least not a lot of people cared. And I have to say I was one of them except for House of Whispers. Man, this is a good book. I like this book. And I kind of dig the fact that it deals with like voodoo rather than normal idea kind of things, a different version, I guess. It's very entertaining, and I can recommend this one easily. Dr. Apra number 26. Good book, man. This is really cool. She's got a bomb inside of her, along with a killer 3PO droid who also has a bomb inside, who promises that as soon as the bombs get deactivated, he's going to murder her because she apologizes too much. Yeah, I'd say a pretty tense book. A lot of fun, great dialogue. Pick it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Venom, number 8. Once again, I don't like the character. I'm tired of the character, but I got to admit, Donny Cates, man, he's writing a good story. It is interesting, at least. In this one, Eddie Brock is kind of mourning the loss of Flash Thompson, saying, hey, my symbiote likes you better. And then he gets into a situation where he finds out that somebody's holding like a Codex DNA sample of Flash Thompson, and the guy wants to dig up the grave. And so he beats him to a pulp and escapes. Wow, I just kind of spoiled the story. Darth Vader, number 23, is mostly a comedy issue. They're trying to build some big tower that's going to help Darth Vader achieve something with the Force. And basically it's his assistant, and it changes all the time with the same robot head. I promise you the 6th time will be the best, and now I promise you the 7th, and it's just over and over like this until the very ending when you get the twist. It's a good book. It's a lot of fun. I was actually surprised. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 312. So, I'm not a big fan of the Spider-Geddon story. I wasn't a big fan of Spider-Verse, tell you the truth. That being said, you know, stop clock right twice, you know, so I can understand. What we got here is a very exciting book. And you have Peter Parker being the hero that Peter Parker should be, trying to ward away everybody so he could take care of the problem without having to worry about anybody else. It is relentless. Adventures of Super Sons asks, is something silly still silly if they say it's silly in the book? Like in this one, Robin says, I'm still trying to get over and figure out why there's a colonial-style mansion on a planet, you know, thousands of miles away from our own. So it happens. It's a good book. It's a fun book still. Adventures of Super Sons is one I think everybody should be buying, you know. I mean, you know, if you like fun comic books anyway. Devil, number 611. Okay, so right away, he's facing the Stilt Man, so it's an awesome book, right? And by the way, he even mentions, wow, people think Stilt Man's a joke. Check out his first appearance. They show you how effective the stilts are. I think it's pretty cool. This one was a bit of a mixed bag. I love the bits with the Stilt Man, but then he gets into an arena with everybody and takes them out pretty quick, everybody being his villains. Check it out. This book is a lot of fun and has been for a long time now. Hawkman, number 6. You know, with everybody expecting Aquaman to go down, and that's the character I've been pushing so much, maybe I should jump on the Hawkman train, because, man, well, I'm on it. It's time to try to get more people on it as well. This book is awesome. This is an adventure book. Yeah, it's got a superhero in it, but it's as good as any Indiana Jones movie, or it's just a lot of fun, this book. And in this case, he's in the not the multiverse, but the microverse with the Atom, and it's just so much fun, guys. You got to check this book out. Fantastic Four number 3 is good. It's solid. I could recommend it. It does have flaws. I'm actually kind of surprised. Dan Slott's doing okay. I would still rather see Chip Zdarsky take on this, but not too shabby. They play up the family like way too much, almost to the point of cheese here. But it is kind of cool that we do see a plan that was implemented by Reed Richards play out step by step until it succeeds. And you always you get this feeling that it was always meant to be this way. So I kind of appreciate that element of the story. But like I said, good solid book. Thor number 7 was good. I like this. Odin is mad because Thor spends all of his time on Midgard. Thor spends all of his time there because he likes the people. He kind of likes the worship. Meets a girl because Loki sets it up. He figures he's going to drive Thor away by breaking his heart. And it's just a really good classic Thor tale. I was quite impressed and pleasantly surprised, to tell you the truth. Good job, Jason Aaron. Supergirl number 24. I've been saying it. This book has gotten so much better as she's searching for the people who destroyed Krypton. All the while, their stored up yellow sun energy is depleting. In this case, basically, a girl walks into a bar and ends up causing all sorts of havoc as she's looking for information. This is just a fun book. It really has improved and is one that I'm finding myself looking forward to every time it comes out. Green Arrow number 46 is, man, a lot of people don't know about this, but Green Arrow, who is generally a far leftist, is fighting an SJW. I mean, it's kind of cool because this book is showing the difference between a liberal and a social justice warrior, and it's doing it in a very entertaining fashion. And in all honesty, you have to have leftist politics in a Green Arrow book because that's who he is. But holy Toledo, he's going after the far left. Marvel Knights, MK20, number 1. So this came out of nowhere and nobody talked about it. I should have done a review on it, full review, and I apologize for that because this is good, guys. This is good. Good stuff here. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of heroes, Daredevil, Logan, Punisher, so forth, don't remember themselves, and the world doesn't remember them. And it's basically chaos as they're trying to find their way. And you get to see who's behind it. And this is all set up. This is all set up, but they do it perfectly. And man, I want to follow this series now. Seriously, a good book. Deathstroke, man, this is one of the best books, hands down, on the shelves these days. And this whole storyline has been awesome. The fact that they're actually kind of driving Deathstroke through the ringer mentally it's just really sharp. And it's got a great twist at the end as well because, man, this is a shell game in comic book form. And the fact that it all makes sense, and if you read it twice, you could actually see the strings. Check this one out. Drowned Earth has begun. Now, this is called Justice League Aquaman Drowned Earth. Let's just call it Drowned Earth. This is the first chapter. Wow. I like it. My goodness gracious. This reminded me of how I felt when Dark Knight's Metal first started. This is like, you're just like, oh my gosh, what the hell are they going to do to get out of this? I hope it does better going on than Dark Metal did, because after a while I just got bored with Dark Metal. But I am so jazzed to see where they go with this, because this first issue right here is, as they said in the 90s, da bomb, yo. The 5-star books are excellent. They might not be Watchmen quality, but man, they do get the job done. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 5, the finale of the miniseries. I was kind of disappointed to find out this was a miniseries, and more disappointed to find out the Cosmic Ghost Rider is going to be a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. But this story right here is damn near perfect. I loved this whole thing. The tone, the tonal shifts, the violence, the comedy. This was a well-written miniseries with a very solid ending. I like Cosmic Ghost Rider a lot. So the world is mostly covered in water, and by the end of this issue, it seems like all of it is. And we have our heroes separated on different kind of journeys. It's like Lord of the Rings, but Aquaman style. This book is incredible. It absolutely is. And this just heightens the tension. Everything's still falling apart right now. So this is the height of the drama. This is where you're going, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that bit. And this is where it really grabs you, and this book grabbed me by the nuts and will not let go. There's the reviews, and now we check the scores. Comics had 0 1 stars, 3 2 stars, 7 3 stars, 8 4 stars, 1 5 star for a score of 64. It was 19 comics with an average of 3.37. Marvel had 1 1 star, 2 2 stars, 7 3 stars, 8 4 stars, 1 5 stars, a score of 63, 19 comics, same as DC, which makes it an average of 3.32, making DC Comics the winner. Actually, this was a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be. Marvel's kicked it up. They really have picked up their game. DC, unfortunately, not as well. That book, Typhoid, man, that really made the difference, I think. That was not good. And Drowned Earth is freaking awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week as well. So there you go, King. I haven't done a Marvel versus DC in a long time. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun reading the comics. I got to admit, though, I did in like 2 days. So after a while, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to pull away. I have to push away from the desk and Stop reading. Anyway, what did you think? Obviously, I'm sure I'm going to have some disagreement. So what would you place higher? What would you place lower? What did you like? What did you dislike? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, you know the drill. Click like, share, of course, get word out about the channel. Don't forget to hit the subscription if you haven't done it already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Now, this is the way I'm trying to make a living. I've never made that a secret. So if you don't mind helping out, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you. Like, thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.